Welcome back in Painterly Days. I have been working with Arteza Watercolor Pencil here, and in my previous video I showed you already how beautiful Arteza Watercolor Pencils work as if you use them without water. And then there was somebody who commented that she would love to see what happens if you do add water to it. So I'm going to do that now. Add water to the watercolor pencils in World of Flowers. So let's do a little more coloring now. And these pencils are so soft. I love soft pencils. Orange this is. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at this. I must concentrate. I forgot my reading glasses. I am still not very used to them. Last weekend we had to sing a concert with the choir. And thank goodness I had my reading glasses with me. I started out the concert without the reading glasses, but after one song I decided to put to use them because, you know, I just wasn't reading properly. So then I made up my own words. It was mainly half of the program we sang was in German and the other half was in English, and I made up all sorts of words and sentences that were not in the sheet music because of my poor reading. Here is blood orange, but then I used the reading glasses and then things became much clearer, and I really need them for coloring too, but I forgot them. So in this drawing here I have tested adding water, but I will show you again what it looks like. I can tell you already that this paper in World of Flower is capable of handling a little bit of water. Here I have a color called Carmine Red. I am using the set of 72 Arteza watercolor pencils. Arteza sent those pencils to me, and in the description of this video there are links so you can purchase them if you think they are the right pencil for you. I really enjoy them. And I also like them as normal colored pencils, so you can use them without water as well. Okay, let's pick a water brush. Here I have a water brush. This is a Pentel water brush. I have 3 different brands. I have a Derwent brush, a Pentel brushes and Caran d'Ache brushes, and I must say so far the Pentel brushes work best for me. Let's see. Adding water to this. We say in Dutch kerstster, Christmas star. That's how we call this plant. There are many layers of color here, and that is one thing that I have learned, that if you work with watercolor pencil, be generous with the amount of color you put on the paper before you add water. That is really important. If you don't do that, you will have the pencil strokes will be visible, and well, I don't like that, so be generous. Put many layers on top of each other, or just put a lot of pigment on the paper. And as soon as you add water, you can move the colors around a little bit. So that's nice as well. Look at that. Now I would love to go on with the wet brush, but I'm not going to do that. First I need to let this dry, otherwise things will bleed, and that's not what I want. So let's change position. Now here I have a lot less pigment. And there's another thing, you need to add enough water as well. Otherwise, I think that is more important than adding enough pigment. You must add enough water. Otherwise the pigment won't flow. The colors won't merge together. So forget what I said about adding enough pigment. I think adding enough water is much more important. Yeah. So I let it dry. And now I'm going to see what this light blue in the background will do. Adding enough water, very important. And this paper can handle a fair amount of water. Don't exaggerate things, but you know, it's not watercolor paper, but and I think you can notice that I am sometimes spilling pigment in areas where I don't want to have it, and that has everything to do with that reading glasses thing. but well. So this is how you can use watercolor pencils in World of Flowers, and I'm sure the Derwent Inktense pencils will do great as well. I'm slowly learning how to use watercolor pencils. I find them difficult to work with, but I think the main reason for that is that I just need to learn to use this medium. I do think they work great for fine detailed work, like this, like a coloring book. I would not use normal watercolor, the traditional. I wouldn't use it here. I would go for watercolor pencils. Well, let's add a touch of color here. Magenta, it's a cooler tone. Let's add a touch here, just to show you how things work. And let's add another color, rose red. We have a couple of roses blooming in our front garden. It is November and these roses are beautifully blooming because we had incredible weather the last couple of months. A lot of sunshine, a lot of hot temperatures. There's one bush in our garden that is started to bloom, but normally it blooms in springtime. And now it's autumn and it's blooming again because the weather is so good. Orange. So yeah, nature knows how to take advantage of good situations. Okay, there we go. With the water brush, I think you can see, let's zoom in a little bit. Can you see that? Well, if I had added a little bit more pigment, I think things would have looked better. But the great thing about these Arteza pencils is that they are easy layering. So when this dries, you can add a new layer of color and add water again. No problem. So let's zoom out. So this is how you can use Arteza watercolor pencils or any other water soluble pencil or pen. And let's see, does it bleed through? Absolutely not. This is the other side of the page. No bleeding through whatsoever, so that's good. So, well, I think I will be back again with these Arteza pencils. I don't know how, in what sort of project, but I'm really enjoying these. So, well, I wish you a happy coloring and see you in the next video. Bye bye.